Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And this morning we want to talk about an incident that happened on the busy thoroughfare of Mandela Highway on Thursday night, and the traffic backed up all the way back into on Spanish Town Road as far back as Patrick City. And the police have launched an investigation into the murder of a man who was shot dead after stopping to relieve himself along Mandela Highway in St. Catherine. The deceased has been identified as Gregory Lawrence, a 41-year-old laborer of bamboo in St. Anne. Reports are that about 5:15 yesterday, Lawrence, who was accompanied by a female companion, was driving a black Toyota Tundra SUV. Upon reaching a section of the roadway, he reportedly pulled over, urinated, and returned to the vehicle. A motorcycle reportedly pulled up and the driver engaged in a conversation. A second man is reported to have approached Lawrence and brandished a firearm and shot him in the neck and shoulder. The gunman then turned the weapon on the female. Both parties were assisted to Spanish Town Hospital, where Lawrence was pronounced dead. The injured woman is being treated for her wounds. But clearly, when I read this and I evaluate this situation, this clearly suggests to me that the vehicle which Gregory Lawrence was driving was being trailed by these bike men. Now, as it relates to at what point did he decide to pull over to relieve himself was another question. And clearly, if he and the driver of the motorcycle had a conversation, it simply means these men were known to him. And secondly, you want to look at it, you're trying to look at it from all possible angles. He originated from bamboo in St. Anne. Whatever business transaction or whatever he came into Kingston to do could also have implications on why or how he was killed. The main reason for his death could be in that simple situation where he might have left from St. Anne into Kingston to transact whatever his reason of visiting Kingston could also be the reason for his death. And clearly, these bikers, if it didn't happen on Mandela Highway, they were waiting or biding their time until they feel the situation was perfect to do what they wanted to do. Now, he stopping and relieving himself only made the situation easier for these killers. But look at it, to show you how brazen these killers are now. At 5:15 p.m., that's busy period on Mandela Highway. And if anybody knows the Mandela Highway, it's the main thoroughfare between Kingston and Spanish Town or St. Catherine. Most of the highways are branched off from Mandela Highway, Highway 2000 and the highway going to St. Anne. So it's a very busy thoroughfare. And especially at that time, you call it peak hour traffic. Now, after the death of this man, traffic backed up all the way along Washington Boulevard, Spanish Town Road, and Patrick City. You know how far that is, because curious onlookers will be passing to see what took place. Persons will be slowing down. Then the police are doing their investigation. They have to cordon some aspect, some pieces of the road, and vehicular traffic will either divert or converge into a single lane. Now, we didn't hear of the man being robbed or anything. But clearly they had a conversation with the driver. They took his life, and then they fired shot on the woman. Thank God she's still alive up to this time. We don't know how serious her injuries are, but she's presently undergoing some treatment at the Spanish Town Hospital. But, as I've said, these gunmen have become more brazen, more no regards for law, no regards for life, nothing at all. And they trail this, based on, as I said, based on what I'm reading, they trail this man all the way there. It is just an unfortunate situation that as he relieved himself, that was when they pounced on him. And, you know, on the Mandela Highway, it's easy for them to go through the cane fields or whatever at that time. If it had happened maybe on the highway going to St. Anne, it would have been a different situation. So clearly they bided their time on this man. And as I said, either this took place by design or by accident. But I'm not of the belief that this took place by accident. This took place, in my opinion, by design. They knew their target, they were following their target, and they were hoping to catch him at the right place where they can do whatever they want to do and get away. It was made easier due to the fact that he pulled over to relieve himself. But I hope the police are following leads into this situation. I hope they find out what transpired. I hope this lady will pull through this ordeal, and I hope the police will get sufficient information and track down the killer of Gregory Lawrence. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, be safe. Look out for the children. Look out for a loved one. Look out for a neighbor. And most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.